What is that? Is that is that garbage? Oh no, silly me. That's just a Bethesda developer. You do understand why it's so easy to get them mixed up sometimes. In any case, Bethesda is talentless garbage. We all know it. Elder Scrolls 6 is dead on arrival. Fallout 5 is dead on arrival. There is no world where this is going to be a success. And if you still have even a single bit of a shred of a hope that somehow, modern day Bethesda, that probably would fail even to establish communism, is not gonna mess this up, let me destroy that last shred of hope that you have here, okay? Because another Bethesda developer has decided to speak out about what's happening. And my god, is it not the stupidest, dumbest garbage yet again? No, seriously, Microsoft should force everyone working in Bethesda on an NDA that they cannot talk and give their opinions publicly to anyone. I mean, every single time we have the ability to see a Bethesda developer out in the wild or just hear what they have to say, I mean, I just lose hope in humanity even more. And I have to say, it's already pretty low, boys. Oh yeah, you will be shocked. Well, maybe not that shocked. It's a Bethesda video at the end of the day. How stupid another Bethesda developer has decided to be. And this one's brought to us by PC Gamer. Honestly, IGN is the GOAT of shit. But PC Gamer is a strong runner-upper, okay? No, never doubt PC Gamer. Listen to this article. We didn't have layoffs before, and now all of a sudden we have yearly layoffs. I don't know why this is phrased to be a bad thing. I'm personally excited about the layoffs. Bethesda artist, of course it's an artist. And you will be pleasantly shocked what kind of art this person does, by the way, because your boy did some research. It's gonna be great. Says something has changed under Microsoft. Yeah, it's the fact that you no longer can get paid 100K a year and do nothing, because this is what these people are doing. This is like the predominant opinion currently, that the Bethesda developers they don't really do anything, and I think it honestly shows when you read this article. The Bethesda Game Studio Union continues to advocate for labor rights in the games industry. Join the labor, prove you're trash. Go for it, buddy. If you want to be stuck in a stagnant role, never get promoted, join a labor union. That's the fastest way to fast track a failed career. Last week, the Communications Workers of America and the Bethesda Game Studios 1BGS Union took part in the Save Our Devs rally across the United States and Canada. The 51st or 57th, 56th, 57. Why can't I say 2? 56, 7? Am I a Bethesda dev? Am I that stupid? No, there's no way. I'm smarter than a Bethesda. Anyway, 5-2. The 5-2 state, okay? And if you do not know how absolutely amazing the Bethesda rally was, I mean, how could we forget these gems? Maybe you missed the videos. They were glorious. They were great. People mocked, laughed these people. Okay? Our players deserve better. That's why you're fired, because we do. Oh, yes, we do. And that's why you're gone, buddy. These things, I mean, notice the nose piercing. And this woman, this one right here, Stephanie Zahn something Hitler. Flower crown, everything. The works. This person was someone who was a writer on the everyone's favorite Bethesda mod called Fallout New London. He was a writer. She made some of the stuff that people actually liked. Then Bethesda hired her, and quickly she became a redundant, talentless garbage. That's what Bethesda does. Even if someone with even a shred of talent joins them, tragedy strikes and they instantaneously become bad at their job. She actually did something good before joining Bethesda, and then she joined Bethesda, and after it was just a downward slope. It's amazing. I mean, who can forget any of this stuff? Remember the guy? I couldn't find a picture, but the guy with the actually he no, that's a different guy. The guy with the literal hammer and sickle tattoo on his neck. We're literally talking. These are the Bethesda devs. Not a single person supported these people, and for very good reason. And on Twitch to call out layoffs and corporate greed across the industry and to demand fair first contracts across Microsoft gaming studios. Well, what do you mean fair? What do these people even mean fair contracts? That they can never be fired? You made fucking Starfield. I wouldn't have even kept you. I would not have kept you a second longer after the release of Starfield, honestly. So these people think that a fair contract is that they can literally never be fired. Corporate greed, by the way, in these people's opinions, is a company not going bankrupt. These people have absolutely no idea, no clue how money works. And I'm not, by the way, even joking about that. When you listen to these communist, I would say LARPers, but they're not really LARPing. They're not LARPing. You understand that these people have no idea what the word budget even means. I'm pretty sure it causes them physical pain to hear that. Speaking to the Kotaku, Bethesda's artist Alex or something talked about how things changed after Bethesda was acquired by the big tech giant. Okay, and if you're wondering who Alex, whatever this surname is, well, I looked him up. Yes, this is the person who made Starfield. By the way, there is there is a very interesting correlation with people being fired and the downfall of Bethesda, which you're gonna see a lot more when we start talking about these two things. Okay, but look at this. This guy was the character artist for Starfield. He's literally responsible for this fucking Geneva Convention atrocity right there. And this, okay, it's no longer the Geneva Convention, it's just a suggestion because of Alex, of one person army, okay? And after that, he did, I don't know what Pulse means, but he did some things for The Sims and Fallout Shelter. Special thanks. Lamau. Yes, this guy's whole career has been the equivalent of talentless trash. Please hire me and I will instantaneously join the union because otherwise they're gonna figure me out and fire me, and rightfully so. Okay, listen, Bethesda should sue people like this for gross negligence, okay? They should fire them and sue them for damages done to the company. This is atrocious. My God. Okay, and then this part right here is an actual video form. This is how I found this article, by the way. It's pretty funny.
Microsoft would probably prefer everyone to think nothing changed at Bethesda since they bought the studio in 2021. But one dev says that's just not.
All of us want things to change. All of us. I was one of the head start runners for Bethesda bad, okay? Listen, I was there before it became popular shitting on Bethesda. I was calling them out since the days of Skyrim. I wasn't the biggest fan of Skyrim. I didn't think the game was bad, but I was slightly disappointed that it wasn't more. Because it could have done more, but they chose not to. Okay, so I was a little bit disappointed in that. All in all, Skyrim, great game. If you like it, that's amazing. It is worth playing. I'm not a fan of it, but I still have something like 40 to, I don't know, maybe 70 hours in it. And all of that was for that price. That's right, boys. In any case, a pioneer in many things, as they say. And then I saw Starfield's 0.2-second gameplay footage, which they specifically tried to cut up so small that no one could see anything, and I called it out for being garbage. And I was right, okay? I fucking Jesus that shit right there.
The case. Since we've been under Microsoft, it feels like something has changed, artist Alex Nguyen told Kotaku. We didn't have layoffs before, and now all of a sudden we have yearly layoffs.
Yeah, that's what happens when your only accomplishment in the past 15 years is making Starfield. You get layoff.
That's a bummer for obvious reasons, but it's bad for development too. If only 5 people knew how this thing worked and you let all 5 of them go, that's a morale killer. It's like...
Okay, and this is also a thing. So some of you may not know this because you don't have the business experience or big company experience. But a great example of this is like Twitter, for example, got only one update a year before Elon Musk bought it because no one knew how to run anything on it. If you have a big company, you should have guides inside the company that explain how certain things are done. Bethesda clearly doesn't have it. So they literally have people whose job security is the fact that they are never teaching anyone else how to do it because they know they're going to get fired when they teach it because they're shit. So the way that they make themselves work in the company is by being the only ones who can do a thing. And when you're a literal $9 billion in valuation company, which most likely now is closer to $5 in a gummy worm, that is unacceptable. Bethesda literally has thousands of employees, and it doesn't have people who even know what they're doing. This is crazy levels of mismanagement, by the way. It is the fact that something like this happens in a giant company means Bethesda is ran like pure garbage, pure dog water. Like, again, this is legitimately something that should instantaneously be a massive red flag for anyone who knows how corporate companies should work or function if they're not garbage. Like, this is a huge red flag.
We already knew this and now we have to learn it again. A lot of people have had such a long tenure here, they were like, yeah, this is the place I'm gonna retire at.
Yeah, I bet so. Well, imagine, for the last 15 years, what have you done? You made Starfield. You made Starfield. Yeah, of course these people are like, I'm just gonna retire here at Bethesda. 15 years, I have maybe worked a grand total of 15 hours. Getting paid 80 to 120k a year, by the way. Life's kind of good. Yeah, these people definitely thought that they're gonna be able to retire without doing anything ever. I mean, look at this person who just got laid off. Of course, this person was like, wow, this is the best thing that has happened in my life working on Starfield. I barely do anything. This is the shit I make. I mean, I'm dying inside here, I'm not gonna lie.
Microsoft reign, that seems less and less possible. Check out the full story on PC.
Yeah, absolutely just don't make sense. According to that article, Nyenyenyu pointed out that fixer-uppers, this is the craziest part of the article, by the way. Fixer-uppers like Fallout 76 and Elder Scrolls Online don't get a chance to bloom into success fans' favorites without sufficient labor and time. So this guy is trying now to literally say, hey, you know why Fallout 76 and Elder Scrolls Online were shit? Because they weren't given enough time. Because we, the people who made Starfield, were not given enough time to make Fallout 76. Fallout 76 is going to be 7 years old soon. 7 years old. And it's garbage. It's a dumpster fire. And you know what is the funny part? All of these things are going down. If you look, for example, when Alex got hired, which was roughly around 2022, 2023, you can notice that Starfield was kind of doing better until they got fired. And you can seriously notice how, for example, the Elder Scrolls Online, which is, by the way, 12 fucking years old, also started going down the drain when they started hiring people like Alex. You can literally see it, and Elder Scrolls Online is the best example. Everything was going up. The game released, it was pretty bad, and then it started climbing because the devs did good choices. And then the Vogue ages came. And then you can literally see here a huge decline and effectively the death of the game. Right here, right around the time when people like Alex started to be hired, you can literally see their impact. Oh, and these people unironically are like, you need to give us more time to fix these games and make them good. You killed these games. You made this. These people are crazy. Absolute bonkers. He also noted that there used to be shared sense of long-term commitment among the staff at ZeniMax and Bethesda. A commitment being smothered by Microsoft's current corporation tactics. Yeah, I'm sure that's some kind of established communism bullshit. Again, these people literally have sickles tattooed on their necks, for God's sakes. This is insane, okay? These people unironically probably support communism, and they think it's a great idea, okay? Listen, communism is so unbelievably bad that it is the only ideology in the world that is so incompetent and bad that it does not even create abundance for its elites. Every other governance style, any other anything, ideology or whatever, at least gives abundance to its elites. Except communism, because in communism even the elites are kind of starving. And these people represent that. That's why a lot of people had such a long tenure here. Gyayuan, bro, why can't you just use the word Alex told Kotaku? And they were like, yeah, this is the place I'm gonna retire at. Or this is the place where I'm gonna finish out. Or I love being here because I want to stay in the industry for a lot. Bro, these people were killing the games. They're still killing the games, and they're like so happy about this. Remember the other developers that were talking about in this one? What they said? That they thought that Starfield somehow was a massive success? Remember the fact that they actually thought that gamers love Starfield, that this is somehow good? Those devs unironically thought that Starfield is somehow beloved, that it was a success, it was great. Fire everyone at Bethesda and start from zero. That's my suggestion, Microsoft, okay? That's probably the only thing that honestly will even work at this point. Because every time a Bethesda developer speaks, I lose a brain cell. And boys, I don't have a lot left, okay? The two left are already doing a lot of overtime. They're rubbing together really fast to make up for all of the damage I have suffered with this YouTube channel. Okay, it is what it is. In any case, YouTube, the hardest job in existence, as we all know, as said by Hassan Piker itself, absolutely the hardest, okay? Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Remember, hating Bethesda is a good thing. Bye.